Tonight, the Dallas Wings return home to the College Park Center on this Memorial Day weekend when we honor those men and women who've fallen in the military service of our country. And as retired U.S. Army General Martin Dempsey profoundly said, we should celebrate their lives, remember and support their families, and recommit ourselves to the hard work of making our country better to ensure we live up to their example. Dallas Wings All-Star Arike Ogunbowale has been a constant scoring threat since entering the league in 2019. Her former teammate and best friend, Marina Mabry, is still by her side in the pros, and they've become the top scoring tandem in the league. Tonight, Arike and Marina take flight against former Baylor All-American center Brittany Griner and the Phoenix Mercury. Kayla Thornton of the Dallas Wings having a career year with a top 5 offensive rating in the league. For Phoenix, with Diana Taurasi out, Skylar Diggins-Smith becomes the focus of the offense. From the College Park Center in Arlington, Texas, it's the Wings and the Phoenix Mercury. Hello again, everybody. Along with TCU head women's basketball coach Reagan Peebly, I'm Ron Thula. Now, the Wings in their 3 losses, Coach, they've been in every game, and they've had an opportunity to win those games. But when you break it down, do you think this team's trying to find their identity?
Well, they are, but it's hard to find your identity when you're missing such key players. They're missing Alicia Gray. They're missing Satu Sabali, the unicorn. And they just got a real phenom in Awa Kuir. She's going to be really special. But even though the wins haven't come, these are valuable minutes and experience for some of these young players on the Wings roster.
Well, 2 players who know who they are. That is Arike Ogunbowale, the number 2 scorer in the WNBA. Marina Mabry coming off her 3rd consecutive 20-point game.
Well, I know everyone's talking about Benifer being back together, but how about Marike and the productivity these two have? Mabry has been special all her career, but she's doubled her point total from last season to this season, as well as other statistical categories. Her and Arike have really proven to be what they were at Notre Dame, a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. Now for Phoenix, they're going to be without Diana Taurasi. She's out 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured sternum. But in their last game, Brittany Griner, the former Lady Bear of Baylor, stepped up big time. 27 points in that contest.
Yeah, speaking of dynamic duos, absolutely. Diana and Brittany have definitely built a reputation as being one of those. But look, Brittany Griner right now is playing some incredible basketball. And what the Wings have to be careful with is that some of her highest point total games over the last 2 seasons have come against the Wings. They're going to have to really commit to the game plan tonight to get her slowed down.
Well, head coach Vicki Johnson relying on Kayla, Marina, and Arike. We've got the Dallas Wings taking on the Phoenix Mercury coming up next.
Hi, my name is Marina Mabry, and I'm from Belmar, New Jersey. 3 things people may not know about me are I'm the middle child of 5 siblings, I'm ambidextrous, and I have a small dog named Charlie. If I could have a superpower, I would want to be invisible so I could wear whatever I want to wherever I want. One of my favorite things about being on the Dallas Wings is being able to play with my college teammate again and also my best friend.
I think by the end of the season, we're going to know Marina Mabry quite well, Reagan.
She's already made quite the introduction, hasn't she?
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Texas Life Insurance Company. And, of course, Skylar Diggins-Smith going over to Phoenix from Dallas. She'll get the start. Kia Nurse, the addition from New York, had a tough year last year, injured most of the time. Megan Walker moving into the starting 5 for the 2nd consecutive game because of Diana Taurasi. And for Dallas, you see the starting 5. The big one there, Charlie Collier. This is her 4th start, but she really isn't getting starter minutes.
She isn't, but I think the vote of confidence in the development and the opportunity to help her develop is Vicki showing, we're going to start you. Make the most of your minutes, continue to grow, and she's getting a lot of encouragement from her coach to just continue to believe in herself.
And there is the head coach in her first year for the Dallas Wings, Vicki Johnson, 13 years in the WNBA. as a player, 15 years overseas. She played in the inaugural WNBA game. And the head coach for Phoenix, Sandy Brondello, in her 8th year. Also the Australian Olympic team head coach. She's a 10-year vet of the WNBA. She played and worked. She was an all-star back in 1999 for Detroit, and she's with her daughter tonight, making the trip for her birthday. Jada, congratulations. And the Bjorkies tonight.
Yeah, well, first, they need to wear down Mercury's backcourt. Dallas has an advantage with Diana Taurasi out, with the depth in that position. Be aggressive. It's not going to happen quick, but stay at them. Second, win the battle of the bench. That's going to be huge. Phoenix's bench is starting to try to find some momentum, slow that confidence down early. And then last, make Griner work. There's going to be a game plan that'll be evident to us right away on how Dallas wants to deal with Brittney Griner. Commit to it, stay on the same page with it, and just know you're not going to stop her, but make her work for what she gets.
How about a Baylor versus Texas tip-off, and Baylor and Phoenix get it. Our officials tonight, Amy Bonner, Angelica Suffren, and Brandon Schwab.
You know, it is a Baylor versus Texas matchup, but this is the first time these two will probably have ever played against each other.
Griner can't get it, gets a second opportunity and rolls it around. Sandy Brondello telling us earlier this week that Brittney Griner started slowly, but boy, they were so pleased with her 27-point effort in that loss to Vegas in their last game.
Yeah, well, everyone knows that BG can really be unstoppable if she shows up as the best Brittney Griner. But that's a tall task. This is somebody that's taken very little time off up until last year with the wobble.
Charlie Collier able to get the shot off underneath Brittney Griner. One of the things Phoenix wants to do, they want to be aggressive. They were questioning their physicality at the beginning of the year. Here's Griner on Collier, kicks it out. Schuyler rips the ball around. Megan Walker shot and air ball.
Ron, we've already seen in the 2 offensive possessions that Phoenix has had, they've gone in and gotten Brittney Griner touches. There were stretches in that game, even though BG got 27 points, she could have had 37 or 40. And they just went too many possessions not incorporating her into the offense.
Well, the Wings lost to Atlanta their last game, 101-95. 2 starting guards for Atlanta combined for 40 points, and 2 of the last 4 opponents have scored over 100. Dallas turns it over, getting a little clumsy with the basketball here in the early going. And here is Walker out front, out of Connecticut. Kia Nurse got to be careful. Kia Nurse, once she gets hot, she can be very, very good. Griner from 17, a little strong. Schuyler Diggins-Smith, rebound in the putback.
Well, how about this is Schuyler Diggins-Smith's first opportunity to play again here in the College Park Center since she left. With the whole wobble situation last year in 2020, these fans haven't gotten to see her play in person. She still has a group of people here, absolutely, that are big Schuyler Diggins-Smith fans.
Mariah Jefferson gets her own rebound after the miss. Arike. And there was a battle underneath. Collier goes down. Kia Nurse got tied up with her.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Charlie Collier's a little confused. She thought the foul was on Brittney Griner, but apparently it was on her. Nope. It was, I think Charlie Collier was, nope. They changed it again. It is a foul on Charlie. But that's the challenge here I think that Charlie's going to have is the physicality. She might only give a few inches to Brittney Griner, but the strength is where the difference is at between the two of them.
Well, Phoenix lost to Las Vegas in their last game, 85-79. The first one without the great Diana Taurasi. They were only down by 1.5. Count the basket and a foul.
Just a little flex action to get her posted up early in there and find that mismatch. They looked for it in the last possession, but Mabry did a nice job defending the perimeter, posting up inside. Charlie Collier needs to come down and help in that post position with Brittney Griner standing out there at the 3-point line.
And here is Kia Nurse, the 25-year-old out of UConn. So last year was a little bit frustrating. She hurt her ankle in the wobble, really had no cutting ability. Didn't shoot the ball all that well, but a lot of it can be contributed to that ankle. Can't get the free throw to go down, and Wings still looking for their first hoop of the night.
We kind of need them to go ahead and score so we can see.
Yeah.
The fans here stand until the Wings get that first basket, which makes our view a little challenging.
And, of course, we can't get the 5'7" people standing in front of us. We got to get the 6'2s and 6'3s.
Yeah, how about that? The Wings go for height in their fan attendance, not just on their roster.
They may be tall, but they're slow.
And from their color talent.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
6'4"
really.
myself.
That's why I'm sitting down. Here is Marina. Mabry, little catch. Can't get it to go down, and the Wings are cold.
Well, they're cold because they're taking ill-advised shots, contested shots. They haven't moved the ball. And again, we're seeing teams do a really good job in transition against the Wings and just congesting the paint and making them have to play out on the perimeter more than they want to.
Spacing a little shaky right now. KT has it rejected.
Well, they call that a rejection.
Yeah, really.
Because she is one of the best defenders in this league. She times shot blocking up to just a precision. Brianna Turner is somebody that I think we have only started to see a little bit of what she can become in this league. And I know there's a lot of people here excited to see her tonight because this is a bit of a homecoming for her.
Exactly. From the Houston area, Arike, no. And the Wings start out 0 for 7 from the floor.
With Brittany Griner and Turner in their rim protecting, the Wings are going to have to start hitting some shots and pull these posts out of the paint to open it up.
Kia Nurse for 3, and she rattles it home. Her 8th of the season.
Well, those two had some fun college matchups between UConn and Notre Dame. So we see a little trash talking early happen between the two of them.
Collier took a quick shot, kind of far out, too. Boy, Bree Turner went right down the paint. Nobody was with her, and they didn't see her. Nurse the pull-up. No foul call. They wanted it on Brittany Griner, knocked Kayla Thornton down.
Well, I think the Wings had definitely a good argument for wanting this foul call because clearly there was a little bit of displacement right there.
Wings 0 for 8 shooting to open up this ball game. Ty Harris is checked into the lineup, and she's going to call a timeout. Coach VJ wants to talk about it. I think she's going to talk about exactly what you were saying. 9-0, the Mercury on top of the Dallas Wings. Well, tonight's game is part of the Commissioner's Cup, and of course, this is the first time they've had this. 10 designated Commissioner's Cup games each team will play. Prize pool of around $500,000. A minimum of $30,000 to winning team players. And of course, you can download the new WNBA app to check out the schedule, leaderboard, and to connect with fans live during Commissioner's Cup games. And speaking of, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert will be our guest coming up on Tuesday's game when the LA Sparks visit town.
Well, we're going to see out of this timeout for the Wings just really what the discussion was about their offense. And I think right now we're seeing you got to move the ball side to side. We've got to see some better screening action. And that off-ball spacing needed to be improved, which opens seams like that. That's a good shot for Enrique that you've got to believe will go down.
It was Notre Dame on Notre Dame. Skylar Diggins-Smith guarding Enrique. Griner, good position on Thornton. They bring the double with Harris. Skylar has become more of a playmaker with Diana Taurasi out, uses the left shoulder well.
Well, when you give Skylar an opportunity to attack the tunnel one-on-one, she's going to expose you. You've got to get that ball out of her hands and make her make decisions a lot quicker.
There you go. Marina Mabry with the 3.
Well, and Ron, we mentioned in the opening that everyone knew what we were going to get out of Enrique as far as an offensive threat. I don't think people expected Marina to come in and be such an answer offensively. Her averaging 20 points a game right now with Alicia Gray not here has been huge for the Wings as Skylar Diggins-Smith shows again her potency from the tunnel area.
Well, Skylar Diggins-Smith going over 3,000 career points last season. Knocks down the 3, and the lead goes to 11. Isabel Harrison, little strong. Kia Nurse pulls it away. Here comes Nurse out of Connecticut. Brother Darnell plays in the National Hockey League for Edmonton, and he and his fiancee had their first child, which Kia was very happy to be another aunt.
Yeah, I think little Aiden.
Little Aiden.
But how about Aiden has a brother, apparently, whose birthday is today. So happy birthday to Aiden's brother. I don't know his name, but Aiden's the superstar right now.
The Nurse family, very, very talented, from mom and dad down to brother and sisters. And Marina Mabry, she's holding the scoring for Dallas. Griner rolls. Mabry had the guy just get in front of her, couldn't do it.
You've got to take that charge.
Yeah.
You were there. You had an opportunity to at least try to sell and see if you could get the offensive charge call. So this is a point right now that I think when you're a young team, you've lost some really close games. Right now you're having a hard time scoring. This isn't the start you wanted. This is where you can see youth show up. Are they going to panic? Are they going to start to take really bad shots? Give less than great effort as we see Phoenix find opportunities in transition with Brianna Turner.
How about that pass, though, from Kia Nurse? Oh, Mabry, a little French pastry. Ty Harris for three, nothing but the bottom of the net.
That's some inside-out basketball, and that's where you can really try to expose a team that has such great rim protectors like Phoenix.
Well, she's coming off 10 points versus Atlanta. That was her first double-figure game of the season, Ty Harris. Skylar thought about it. Harris covered her up. Walker from the outside. Mabry pulls it away. Here comes Enrique. Right around Skylar Diggins-Smith, and that was intentional. She didn't want her. She had full head of steam.
She knew there were 4 subs that needed to get into this game. So let me get the clock stopped, get myself out. Probably a well-used foul by Skylar Diggins-Smith.
And you talk about Marina Mabry. She is probably, over the last 3 seasons, the most improved player in the WNBA. We talked about 3 straight 20-point games. How about the fact she had 1 in her career coming into this year?
Well, confidence is a funny thing. And when you got a teammate that you are now all of a sudden connected to back on the roster that's going to make you feel good the way you used to, it can really ignite something inside of you, and we're seeing that with Marina.
Okay, let's talk about the substitutions for Phoenix. One of the keys for Dallas you talked about, their bench taking advantage of Phoenix's bench. This is big this time right now for the Dallas Wings.
It's really big. It could be an opportunity that you can climb into this lead that Phoenix's starting 5 has created. And you've got to, I think, take advantage of having Brittany Griner out of the game. That could open up some of those opportunities to finish at the rim. And I think this is where you also have to expose somebody like Sophie Cunningham, who, as great a competitor as Sophie is, she's struggled guarding without fouling. So you've got to look for those opportunities to create isolations.
No starters on the floor now for Phoenix. Haley Grelecki's checked into the lineup. The rookie out of Duke, just signed recently. They like her, though, because Haley Grelecki can flat out shoot the ball.
Well, she sure put on a clinic in their game against Seattle in their scrimmage, and I think that was a great opportunity for her to, almost like a job interview.
Harris may have tripped Shea Petty up a little bit, tied up. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Turnovers sometimes are a thing for Phoenix, and we see sometimes actually for Dallas as well. So if they can turn them over, you can speed this Phoenix team up into some poor decisions.
Well, they had 24, Phoenix did, in their last game. And Dallas has a chance to chip away at the lead. When the subs came in again, it was 21-8. And we've got 2:12 remaining to play here in the opening quarter.
I think also in that last game for Phoenix against the Aces, they only had 2 points in transition as we see Ty Harris really slice that seam right up heading down the tunnel. But yeah, I mean, if you can slow them down in transition, force them to play in the half court, speed them up in the half court with congestion, this is where you can see bad shots and turnovers.
Cunningham has to give it up. Grelecki walked with it. Consecutive turnovers by the Mercury.
Well, we substituted one Kia out and brought in another Kia. Phoenix might want to think about getting a sponsorship with some kind of Kia dealership out there in Phoenix.
Well, you know, you look at Kia Nurse. She played with Kia Stokes last year. Now Kia Vaughn this year. She's Kia. You know, maybe she has people that drive Kias. You know,
or shop at IKEA.
There you go. She may have
going.
the record.
I'm sure we could keep going here all night. We'll spare people.
There's too much groaning going on. Final 123 coming up. Petty. That's going to be a travel. Kia Vaughn, only her second game coming back from playing overseas. Boy, what a job she did last year when Brittany Griner left the Wubble. Kia Vaughn is just absolutely outstanding basketball player.
No kidding, Ron. You know, you and I talked about this for a minute in the pre-show, but Kia Vaughn actually reminds me a little bit of a Tina Thompson. She's got the size. She's got great hands. She was a huge communicator. I think she's got something about her and her scoring presence, as Marina Mabrey shows her scoring presence coming off that ball screen. But I think Kia Vaughn can really do some damage with this Phoenix team and continue to be a force that other opponents have to deal with.
Marina Mabrey now with 9 in the ball game. Cunningham outside, drops down the 3. That's only her second of the year after 1 of 8 to begin the season.
Somebody might have told Sophie I talked about the defense a little bit.
Enrique, quick trigger. And Enrique averaging over 23 a ball game, second best in the league, pulls Dallas within 7.
So the Wings are starting to find a little bit more of their mojo, a little bit more confidence, and that's what I love about Vicki Johnson. She doesn't panic ever. She stays steady with them.
And there is Kia Vaughn, the baseline jumper for the 12th-year pro out of Rutgers.
That's what I mean, Tina Thompson. Like, that is exactly Tina Thompson right there. Just her pick and pop game and her IQ and what she can do with the ball, not just back to the basket, but face-up game.
Dallas trailed by as many as 16. Final 5 seconds. Off Collier's hands. Dallas will have it. 2 to shoot and 2 in the quarter.
Now, look, we got a matchup right here that I kind of love, and it is Sophie Cunningham and Marina Mabrey. Those are two of the most, like, spitfirey players, maybe in the league. They don't put up with much.
No, they don't. Kayla Thornton, point-blank range. Probably had time to catch it and collect herself. But here's the play of the first quarter. Ty Harris splitting the defense. 10 minutes in the books. Phoenix leading Dallas 26-17.
Welcome back to the College Park Center. We have Coach Willingham. Coach Willingham, talk a little bit about that slow start and what you got to do to recover from it.
Well, we definitely didn't have the start that we wanted to have. So basically what we have to do is stick to our principles, be more aggressive on defense. And when we do get them to taking contested two-point shots, we have to make sure we're boxing out and rebounding and just slowing down on the offensive side. We're getting good shots, just slow down, take your time and shoot with confidence.
Great, thank you. Good luck this second quarter, Coach.
Thank you.
Nicole Willingham, assistant coach for the Dallas Wings, played in the WNBA, won a title with Seattle, joined by Kelly Raymond, the other assistant coach. In that first quarter, do you think the Wings need to pick up the pace a little bit?
Well, as Coach Willingham just mentioned, she wants to see that they slow down, but not necessarily in the 94 feet. They can pick their pace up and their intensity on the defensive end, which allows them to play downhill and move the ball on the quarter court with more purpose, but with more pace.
Izzy Harrison misses the shot, but Christina Nigwe gets a hand on it and pokes it off Phoenix. By the way, the bench of Phoenix was outscored 9-5 during that time they were out. So not a big dent for Dallas, but did cut down that 16-point lead. Here's Mabrey. And Nigwe better get out of the lane. Enrique with 3 to shoot. Archiclad, the rim is round, Enrique.
That's the mistake teams make sometimes guarding that ball screen, is if you aren't proactive as the post defender, the screener's defender, and how you're going to guard that, you got to hedge it. You got to play it more shallow. You can't sit back and give Enrique that kind of vision at the rim.
So you call it Marique? Is that what you're going to call it?
Enrique.
Okay, they combined for 21 of the 26 points. Mabrey and Enrique. And here is Marina. Oh, nice dish. Inside counting, Christina Nigwe.
So right there is an example of pulling Brittany Griner out of the paint and making her have to account for something other than just staying at the rim and guarding that post player.
Well, Brittany Griner has fouled out in games played here inside the College Park Center. Ball is loose. Kia Nurse will pick it up with 6 to shoot. And then gets bumped by Nigwe. Oh, you hate to see that.
So, again, a big key for Dallas is to find a way to get these post players, these rim protectors out of the paint. And a ball screen will do that. And we see Enrique here with an opportunity to see some vision and some space, because while Kia Vaughn was outside the paint, she wasn't shallow enough to that ball screen to affect Enrique.
Mabry guarding Skylar. Mabry comes up with it to Enrique. How did she get that ball back? Brittany bumps her big time, but Enrique said it doesn't matter. And a timeout's going to be called by the Mercury.
I kind of feel like a play like that is sending a message. It's not just 2 points. It's I belong and I'm not afraid of you. And it sends a message to the entire team. Take it right at the big girl to get this 2 points.
Wings on a 7-0 run to open up quarter number 2. Show us your Dallas Wings team spirit. Shop for all the latest and most popular Wings apparel, including the new Explorer jerseys, at the official online store of the Dallas Wings. Visit shopdallaswings.com, shopdallaswings.com, and you can get all the newest gear to cheer on your favorite team in the WNBA, or as we say, swag.
See, look at you with the cool lingo.
That's about as cool as I get. Along with Reagan Peebley, former WNBA player, one of the original members of the league 25 years ago, and now the head women's basketball coach at TCU. If Phoenix can get something going offensively, they did not like that last possession. Skylar Diggins-Smith let a couple of the officials know a little something about that as before we went to break.
Not Skylar.
No.
Not Skylar. Skylar wouldn't let the officials know if they made a mistake or not.
No. And Amy Bonner, one of the officials who'll be officiating in her first Olympics this year, she's done some men's games in the NBA. She probably goes, no. Not going to hear it.
Well, what I respect so much about Skylar is she knows her voice. She knows who she is, and she knows this game. She is fully invested.
Wings with a chance to tie again. They trailed by as many as 16 in the opening 10 minutes. 9 to shoot. Mabry. Izzy Harrison saw the double, turns, shoots, can't get it. Griner pulls it away. Griner's 4th rebound. That's something she's doing a lot better this year, is rebounding. Way downtown, no. Right into the hands of Vaughn.
You see Brittany Griner twice so far in this game already look to get that high post shot. But the best shot for Brittany Griner that is nearly unguardable is right there at the rim.
Do you like they tried to front her on that?
Well, what Phoenix will do when there is a front is we see the foul call on Vaughn. But when people try to front Griner, whether you're three-quartering her or in a full front, they will get the ball into the tunnel and look at that high-low. If the ball's at the wing, they'll flash somebody into the high post, and she gets some good spin and seal action. It's textbook fundamental high post, low post basketball. And when you've got Brittany Griner on your roster, you're going to become pretty good at that.
The pass was there. And here is Christina Nigwe. Played last season for the Sparks, was waived, and Dallas picked her up because she had played here. She knew everybody. And just talking to her last week about her role, she wants to have energy. She wants to play defense, and she's just happy to be here.
She is. She's got that countenance about her that she's going to bring a spark and an energy. And, you know, she recognizes that ego is the enemy when you're a part of an organization and a team. And she's not here to do that, but she's here to bring some confidence and really bring an impact as we see her trying to guard Brittany Griner inside.
That's a foul that time. Kayla Thornton tried to come over, but she is going to be whistled for the foul. And that'll be KT's second personal foul, and you don't want to see that because Kayla is so aggressive on the defensive side.
How important has Kayla been to this Wings team so far this season? Just averaging 12.5 points and 10.5 rebounds with already 2 double-doubles. Her best leadership comes when she performs like that.
It's been so much fun over the last 6 years to watch Kayla Thornton progress. Mabry, no.
So even when Brittany Griner's not at the rim, she's at the rim.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the ghost of Brittany Griner, and it's just the impact psychologically that she can have on teams throughout a game.
Remember, Griner and Turner 1 and 2 in the WNBA in blocks, and Nigwe getting a little tangled up that time with Bree Turner. And Christine will be whistled for the infraction. And that's her second personal foul. And Bree Turner will go to the line. Member of the all-defensive team last season.
One of the things that Brittany Griner does to teams is make them go deep into their bench with the post position. She draws fouls, and whether you're trying to box her out or trying to keep her off of, you know, the opportunities with her post moves at the paint. And so we see Christina Nigwe with 2 quick fouls against her, and now we see Charlie Collier get a little bit more opportunity in this game other than what she's been able to get so far with just starting halves.
Well, the Wings had an opportunity to tie the game up. Ty Harris, no. Kayla Thornton, that's exactly what you were talking about, what she gives to this squad. Harris sees a little bit of an opening. It closes quickly. Collier, spin move, right hand. Counted for Charlie Collier.
Well, Charlie Collier is money when you give her that left shoulder, and that's a textbook Charlie Collier move that we saw way too often in the Big 12.
Yeah, and you had nightmares over, right?
Yeah, but that's a great mismatch look, and where Dallas needs to try to find those opportunities to just create them and expose them.
Schuyler for 3, the long 3 into the hands of Griner. 2 dribbles, spin move, uses that one hand. That is a patent Brittany Griner move. Boy, did she get you on her shoulder. You're done.
Yeah, and again, she's another player that loves that left shoulder and is pretty effective there.
Collier off the glass, yes.
The question is, did she mean to go off the glass or not?
I don't think so.
But it really doesn't matter because it counts exactly the same way.
Now, Collier had that double-double in the opening game of the year against Los Angeles, had 11 points, but only 10 points in 3 games since that contest. This time they bring Harris small on the double on Griner. Count the basket, and the foul's going to be called on Charlie Collier.
So Charlie Collier might have just gotten the foul call here, but let's take a look at her productivity on the offensive end with these few minutes here. Just that opportunity against Kia Nurse to expose her size and her length, and if Kia's going to give her that left shoulder, it's a wrap. But this is a bit of Charlie Collier's potential here to be able to shoot from the perimeter, and Dallas could probably use to have her in situations setting the ball screen out at the three-point line and popping, and that's another way to pull Brittany Griner out of the paint.
Brittany with 12 points already, 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists. That's part of Brittany Griner's game that gets overlooked a lot. She's pretty good at assists.
There's so many things I think she does well. She's more than just a post player or a tall body inside there. She's a complete player.
Schuyler staying right with Enrique with 9 to shoot. Collier from outside. Oh, Charlie.
What did I just say?
I know. They heard you.
Have her set some ball screens out at the 3 and get into that pop to pull Brittany Griner out of the paint. And Charlie can convert there.
This is the most active she has been offensively since that Los Angeles game. Turner missing the bunny. Griner. Shot clock at 7. Collier puts up the forearm. Griner baseline. Impossible. I don't know what else you do. Well,
that release is so high. And I think that's something in Brittany's game since she was in college and early in the W that she's evolved.
Mariah Jefferson gets popped. Griner, the touchdown pass poked away by Harris. Mabry will come back into the lineup for the Wings.
You know, we're seeing some really good basketball out of Brittany Griner, and I think something that, you know, there was some people that criticized her for leaving the Wubble last year, but this is a woman that has not had a break from European basketball or the WNBA since she came in as a rookie. She's played nonstop, and she's been pretty healthy throughout her career. She deserved and needed a break. She advocated for herself, and if she can continue to sustain this, you might see that that decision she made last year could have been the best thing for her and for this Phoenix organization.
And I think Coach Sandy Brundella would agree with you. Talking to Sandy earlier this week, she was talking about how physically Brittany Griner is in better shape, and more importantly, mentally she is. That's going to be a foul on Cunningham, trying to keep Marina Mabry from dipsy-doodling out there.
Well, she's open and vulnerable, and I appreciate and respect that so much about the work she needs to do on her mental health. She recognizes she needs to be out in nature. She needs to do some daily things to make sure she's in a good space. And, you know, more credit to her. I think that's as important of a leadership example as, if not more, than what she does in between those 94 feet.
Absolutely. Brittany Griner is a very interesting person. Got to know her 4 years at Baylor and now here in the league. I like her. I just love spending time. That's why I don't like having to do games way up here. We don't get a chance to visit with each other during the pregame. Enrique, tough shot. At the shot clock, no. Skylar had it, lost it, got it back again. Walker. Oh, Ty Harris thought she had all ball.
I tell you, Phoenix is definitely the aggressor. They're the more physical team out here between Dallas and Mercury. And we're going to see an example of that right here, where she just goes right at the body of Ty Harris to be able to get this foul call. And, you know, we're seeing it out of the post play with Vaughn and Turner, Griner, and now we're seeing it out of the perimeter as well.
Well, coming up on the American Fidelity Halftime Report, we'll discover how the team is active off the court. We visit with Dallas Wings Community Foundation Executive Director LaDondra Wilson. Plus, we'll have all the highlights and stats. Physicality, want to pick up on that. Dallas used to be a team, you come here, you know you play. Are they struggling with that physicality this year?
I think so far, yes, they are. They're playing a little too finesse, and I felt like in their last game against Atlanta, there was a couple moments between Enrique and Kennedy Carter as we see Izzy Harrison go away from contact right there. But that I thought we were going to start to see a little bit of that identity of just toughness, and that kind of toughness is going to be what helps Dallas cut into this lead by Mercury is built.
Dallas trailed by as many as 16 in the opening 10 minutes. Now they're only down by 6 with 3:45 to play here in the half. Enrique, big first half so far.
Well, we know how important Enrique is to this team, and she's going to need to keep converting from that three-point line to open this paint up and to get these rim protectors that Phoenix has out of that paint. But another way to counter that is you take it right at them, baby. Don't show any fear, and that message is contagious throughout your squad.
And Dallas went 4:53 to start the game without a basket. 0 for 9 to get things underway, but they've scratched and clawed their way back.
Well, I love the length right now that Dallas is trying to show with Charlie Collier, and Wings fans right now here are getting their first live in-look opportunity at Awak Kuir, who is, I'm telling you, she is, I'm almost speechless at what she can do currently. Don't put the pressure on her right now because she's just a few weeks into being here in the States, but she is going to be somebody that will be really elite in this league.
Now she's only 19 years old, came over and tried to get the rejection. But Megan Walker got the 2, and the lead stretched back to 8. Enrique off the glass, count the basket. Enrique, you can go to the line.
Well, Enrique, that's just one more highlight that we're going to be able to add to an Enrique package. But that little in and out shoulder shake that she's got right there keeps the defender guessing. And then she just has that ability to extend and finish over length and size.
42 straight games now in double figures for the Dallas Wings for Enrique. That broke the record when she hit 40, held by Skylar Diggins-Smith. Anigwe will come back into the lineup. Charlie Collier giving the team good minutes tonight. Checks out with 6 points.
One of the things that I'd love for people to keep an eye on that's special about Awak that won't show up in any kind of box score is watch her speed.
Right.
Watch the speed in which she runs the 94 feet of this court.
Vicki Johnson telling us this week that she loves her basketball IQ for only 19 years old, being from Finland. Turner has to give it up. Oh, beautiful spin move. Taken away by Mabry. Inside of 1:55 to play here in the second. Oh, Mabry, nice hesitation. Was waiting for the dive by Anigwe.
You know, Mabry, she'll tell you exactly how she feels.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to let you know. Sometimes it reminds me a little bit of when I, tell my daughter, go to your room.
Yeah, and
where
she
it's
says,
a little bit of all of a sudden her hands become like cinder blocks and just hang to the ground and maybe a little roll of the eye. But what I think all of that body language is really about with Mabry is frustration with herself, nobody else.
Oh, nice pass, Skylar to Brittany. And Griner with 15 in the ball game to go along with her 7 boards. Harris off balance, yes, counted. Sophie Cunningham may have gotten one in the nose.
I love what Ty Harris is bringing early in this season to this Wings roster. One of the questions was who was going to be the point guard for the Wings and who's going to be the backup point guard. And we see these opportunities where she can receive these handoffs and head downhill right away and convert. It adds the confidence into her resume of what she can bring in that position.
Well, Sophie Cunningham, I don't know if she lost a contact. The officials are now meeting about it. Both teams got together right at the top of the key. Ty Harris looking up to see if there's a replay. I couldn't see how Sophie got hit, to be honest with you. But they're going to go over to the replay machine and take a look at it again.
Well, I don't know if there's so much looking for Sophie's contact on this replay machine or
the contact
if they're actually looking at the contact. And, you know, they're really doing a good job, I think, in the league of trying to protect players and making sure that their heads are safe because, you know, that is, you got to decide, was this necessary? Was it incidental? And all you really see is, you know, Megan Walker rotating. I don't know if they're looking as much at that or at Megan Walker and how Megan came in and got a pretty good size hit there as well.
Well, the foul was on Megan Walker. Again, it's under review. Watch the left arm here of Ty Harris.
Oh,
Boom.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and they got to see if this was deemed incidental, just part of her natural movement. And, you know, most likely I think they'll decide that it wasn't necessary and wasn't part of that just flow into that layup.
I'm not sure if Sophie's putting the old swab up the nostril there. Boy, you could tell it hurt her right away. Ouch.
Sophie's tough, too.
Yes,
I think you got to really, really land one on her in order to really get a reaction even out of her. I think she was probably one of the most physical players in the SEC conference, and teams knew that when they were getting ready to play Mizzou, when Sophie was there, they better spend a few extra days in the weight room heading into that game. Third-year
pro out of Missouri, 3-time All-SEC first team, Sophie Cunningham. Her favorite player was Diana Taurasi. Wow, then you get on the same team as her. How great is that?
I'll tell you what, as a recruiter, whenever I learned that a player was a farm girl, and Sophie grew up on a farm outside of Columbia.
Yeah, really.
I'm like, immediately her rating goes up to me. If you're spending your mornings at 5:30 or whatever time before the rooster crows, baling hay and cleaning stalls and throwing on your work boots, that tells me a little bit something about you.
Waiting for the official announcement here.
You think these players, now that they've had to COVID test however many times, that when they've got a hit in the nose and they got to wear that cotton swab up their nose, it's maybe a little bit less of a deal? They're used to things being stuck up their nose. You can see it right now that I'm not comfortable with this. They hate the look, but you do what you got to do to stay in the game.
Well, they called a technical foul on Izzy Harrison. And I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, I think what the official saw might have was just a swinging arm.
They just corrected it. Technical foul on Ty Harris.
Okay, and we'll see here again. I mean, one more time. Just that swing with that left arm right at Sophie Cunningham's face was not necessary. And the PA announcer here made the call originally that the technical was on Izzy Harrison, but corrected it, and it is indeed on Ty.
And Harris gets the free throw with 1:20 to play in the opening half. 5-point Phoenix lead. They've led the entire way. Skylar, that classic hesitation. No, and she'll go to the line. Someplace where she's very familiar with in her career. You go back, she has averaged on a career over 5 free throw attempts a game, nearly 6 attempts this year. She's got a knack for drawing the contact.
She does, and I was really curious last year to see how she was going to gel with the Phoenix Mercury and having so many other scorers on the floor with Bonner there at the time, Diana, and obviously just the depth of that team. But averaging 18 points, 3 assists a game in 2020 in the Wubble, playing alongside Diana, who also averaged about 18 points a game, I think just showed how willing Diana is to do whatever it takes to win. Get your best scorers the ball, and Skylar Diggins-Smith definitely proves that.
We want to wish Diana Taurasi the very, very best. One of our favorites. Just love watching her play. 6 points away from 9,000. Put that in perspective, no one else in 25 years reached 7,500 points in the WNBA. Now, Katie Smith had 7,885, but that's a combination of ABL and WNBA. But Diana, we miss seeing you. We know you won't come back to Dallas this year unless it's the playoffs, but heal quickly.
She's on track to score 10,000 points.
That's amazing.
In the league.
Jefferson, after the loose ball, gives it up. Anigwe tried to make a fancy play. Luckily, got tipped by Phoenix. 39.1 to play in the half. You know, and watching Diana Taurasi play is the way the game's supposed to be played. You just love her whole entire game.
Well, I saw an article about, you know, she's done it all. Why come back? Why keep coming back for more? And she just talked about how much she loves to compete. She loves to play. She loves being in Phoenix. And she had a line that I think is beautiful. Old people can dream too. And she's still dreaming of bringing another championship home to Phoenix.
I dream of having hair. It's
well,
simple
some dreams can't come true, Ron.
Yeah,
you need to face facts.
That's not exactly a Judy Garland line there, you know. That's way over the rainbow. 24.9 for Phoenix, 20 to shoot for them. 24.9 left in the quarter. A little thumbs-up call by Skylar Diggins-Smith. He directs traffic.
The Wings had some success earlier this quarter in hedging out on this ball screen. But if you're going to do that, you've got to accommodate the defense to Brittany Griner's role. Like
what a play by Izzy Harrison. And then Skylar picks it but steps out of bounds. But kudos to Izzy on that play. That's the defense Vicki Johnson wants to see.
Absolutely. And again, great defensive stop by Dallas right there, but incredible IQ by Skylar to stop the transition.
2 to shoot. Mariah lost it. They're not going to get a shot off. And that's the way the first half will come to an end. Wings trail by 16, but they'll head to the locker room only down by 7 at intermission. And joining us now is Charlie Collier, the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. Charlie, you gave the team great minutes. You really seemed alive on offense tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to do the best I can and do all I can for my team with the minutes that I'm on the court. Just trying to be as productive as I can on both ends.
Well, I can tell you're raised in Texas saying yes, sir, in that situation right there, Charlie. But an opportunity to compete against Brittany Griner early in your career. Talk about just the opportunity that lies ahead in this second half, what you need to do.
I mean, she's the best center in the league, so it's an honor to even be on the court with her, you know, as a rookie. You know, she's giving me great pointers. She's talking to me a lot on the court. You know, just the best of the best here in the WNBA, and I'm just, you know, glad to be here and just want to do all I can in the second half to help my team get the dub.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck in the second half. Charlie Collier checking in with 6 points in that opening half. Coming up on the other side of the break, we'll talk about what's going off the court with the Dallas Wings. Dallas Wings basketball is brought to you by the Dallas Wings Community Foundation, deeply committed to addressing the needs of our community through awareness, programs, and resources.
Welcome back to the College Park Center, where the Wings are climbing back into this early lead that Phoenix Mercury had. Joining us now is Dallas Wings head coach Vicki Johnson. Coach Johnson, talk a little bit about what you're liking out of your team as they've been able to close this gap.
Well, we started a little slow. I like the energy that we brought on the defensive side of the basketball. We got to continue to do that, and we got to continue to rebound. We got to rebound and then attack them in transition.
How do you slow down Brittany Griner's productivity around the paint?
Well, we're going to try to trap her this half, see will that work, put a little bit more ball pressure on the passer, and just put more shrink defense down there and put more traffic down there.
All right, Vicki, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck second half.
Thank you.
Well, she talked about rebounding. Phoenix 21 boards, Dallas only 10.
Well, and again, 54% field goal percentage out of Phoenix does not allow a lot of defensive rebounds for you to get. So you can't allow them any second chance opportunities. Get that 54% down, and you're going to see more opportunities to see Dallas to create some momentum.
Well, this is the last game for a while because the Wings will go on an 11-day road trip, and when they come back, they'll be through with only about half their road games. Next 3 games, they'll, of course, will be, or after I should say, Los Angeles, because Los Angeles is Tuesday. You can see it on Valley Sports Southwest. Then they go on the 11-day trip at Seattle starting out, then at Phoenix. And it's going to be a rugged schedule. In fact, at Dallas-Phoenix, tonight's the first of 3 they'll play with Phoenix in a 13-day span.
Every team in this league has a stretch like that. The big thing for, I think, this season, and one of the things that makes it unique, is when you were going to get your team in, your full roster in, when some of them had to leave, as we see Alicia Gray not here, Satu Sabali not here. And those type of roster dynamics combined with a schedule like that can really impact the team on the plus side or the negative.
Well, Satu Sabali and Alicia Gray will be coming back to the team probably sometime next week. So when we come back here to the College Park Center, both of them will be playing, and Dallas will have their full roster. Mabry, little hesitation, pull up 14, got it. Mabry's got 9 in the ball game.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a Marike moment right there, because that was a handoff between Arike right into Mabry's hands.
Somebody's going to say they're pronouncing her name wrong. No, it's a combination of Marina and Arike, okay? We're going to name a drink after him. From deep in the corner, no. Collier pulls away the board. That's Charlie Collier's first rebound of the ball game, and then Dallas throws it away.
So what we see right there is Arike take ownership on that turnover, but what KT was doing was rim running and trying to flatten the defense of Phoenix in transition, which can really help open up some good looks for Dallas.
From the outside, Kia Nurse gets the home court bounce. I'll tell you, Kia Nurse also is a broadcaster for the Toronto Raptors broadcast team, so she really likes doing that.
Well, she was a part of a really special moment as a color analyst, which was the NBA's first all-female broadcast team, which was kind of a neat thing. I got to see that and celebrate that, so congratulations to her.
Love the Zoom sessions with her. Skylar Diggins-Smith goes down, and Mariah Jefferson got one in the kisser. But the foul's going to be on Mariah.
Those fouls at three-point lines just really frustrate players.
Killers.
They frustrate coaches, fans. And I know at the end of the game with Phoenix the other night, Skylar Diggins-Smith had a costly foul at the three-point line when they were playing Vegas. That, you know, just no one possession cost a team a game, but in that moment, it sure didn't help.
Skylar 4 for 4 already from the stripe. Had her 7th career double-double in their last game versus Las Vegas. 16 points and 11 assists. And she'll back up. You know, last year when Brittany Griner went out from the wobble, Skylar Diggins-Smith really kicked it up scoring. She averaged 23 points in 9 of the last 10 games. KT comes up hobbling, but not before she gets the 2 and the foul.
That's just another example of one of those rim run opportunities. This time they converted. And again, the vision up the court is you got to see not just your teammate, but what's behind them, what's around them, who could get a hand on that pass. Perfectly placed pass, but KT is about as tough as they come, and all she's got to do is kind of relace this up, and she's going to gut it out.
That's right. You know, a lot of people would go over and say, you got to look at my ankle. KT goes, I'll just tie my shoes tighter.
Yeah, it's just normal, just another day of work for Kayla.
Just a complete warrior on the basketball court. Works so hard at her game. Parents were military, and boy, you can tell it when you spend time with KT. And the lead cut to 7. Thornton now with 5 points and 3 boards. From the outside, that's a good-looking shot by Walker.
It's a tough possession, tough little set that Phoenix runs that Dallas really needs to figure out how they want to guard.
From the outside, count it. You know, up until then, Phoenix was really doing a pretty good job making Dallas work hard for their shots.
Kind of a surprising no-call situation right there, that there was no foul called on this. This is what's called pistol action. So you see this kick-up pass, and right away, Skylar speed cuts right into a handback. And a defender was not clearly set as Skylar came off that.
Boy, there's a lot of contact over there. Griner baseline. Oh, gets the bounce.
She's 1 for 3 tonight on that perimeter shot, showing her range.
Griner was 17 of the ball game, came in averaging 16. Mabry, Nurse tries to stay with her, then she switches. Enrique, big bounce. Griner, great position. Up ahead, running the floor. Bree Turner can't finish it. Enrique, oh, what an off-balance shot.
I'll tell you what, when Enrique can head downhill off of that drag screen in transition, especially going to her left hand, you might as well, before she even puts the shot up, put the 2 points on the board.
There you go. Nurse, 4-3.
Well, when your team has a better offensive start to the half than they did at the game, you need their defense to match that effort too, and that's just not what's clicking right now for Dallas.
And that has been the problem in the last 3 losses, but Mariah Jefferson says, I can do that too. How about that? A couple of back-to-back UConn threes.
Well, you can say that in a lot of games. UConn's got this this league littered with all kinds of talent.
Foul is on Enigwe. How about though Kia Nurse tonight? 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Coming into the game, she had only hit 7 so far this season. And she's talked about working on her shot. Oh, beautiful pass from Skylar. Can't get it. Mabry after the Turner miss. Thornton. Enigwe on Griner. Yes.
Great finish and attack, and just really getting to the rim and moving the ball away from Brittany Griner to be able to find an easier finish.
Anigwe now with 5, and she really wasn't sure what her status would be when she got picked up. Maybe get some more playing time. Jefferson to the hole. No. Offensive rebound. Thornton inside. No. Enrique. No. Shot clock at 7. Jefferson. No.
That possession sounded like you trying to get a prom date. That was a lot of no's.
A lot of no's. And it always ended up with a no. Nurse, no. Let's try this again. How did you know?
I don't know. Just kind of guessed it. I'm teasing you,
No,
Ron.
no. You're absolutely
guy.
right. Mabry, nice pass. Anigwe, a couple of ball fakes. Griner got a piece of it. That's her first block of the evening. Fans getting a little antsy, and Sandy Brondello telling her team, settle down.
Well, that's what these rim protectors for Phoenix are expected to do. Make it hard for people to not just find the rim, but really even, they're not getting to the free throw line either.
Shot clock went off. Are they going to put some time on it? Nope, they're going to say it's a shot clock violation.
Well, Christina Anigwe, Ron, has been a nice spark here for the Dallas Wings, and just finding that opportunity to get this bucket right here away from Brittany Griner. See if we can get more of these for the Dallas Wings. Making sure it stays.
Panther City Lacrosse Club and the National Lacrosse League is coming to Fort Worth at beautiful Dickies Arena starting this December in 2021. Come see the best lacrosse players in the world, the fastest sport on 2 feet. You can join the nonstop action of professional box lacrosse right here in North Texas. Season tickets are now available. 833-GO-PCLAX, GOPCLAX, or visit PantherCityLAX.com for more information.
Well, I think that security guard was playing better defense on that sign than the Wings are doing on Phoenix right now.
Nobody went by him. I watched the sign never moved.
Well, look, again, Dallas is doing, I think, a heck of a job right now. They're only down 4, and their offense has picked up, but their defense can do a lot better job in making things tougher on this Phoenix Mercury team.
Well, Mabry tried to cut the baseline off. She's called for the foul. Cunningham was on the drive. 13 foul against Dallas. Phoenix will have it. 4:18 to play here in the third.
I think for Dallas to really grow into a better defensive team, they've got to embrace the physical nature that it's going to take. And they're willing to put, I think, the effort in, but you've got to be willing to be the more aggressive team physically.
Nurse. Izzy comes over, and she's going to commit the foul. And Nurse goes down hard. You know, we talked about it in the first game, about the 2-hour and 45-minute practice that Vicki Johnson of Dallas has, and an hour and 45 of that defense.
Well, it's important to what you do. She has a roster full of scorers. I mean, very rarely do you ever see a player drafted because they're a great defender.
Right.
They get drafted because they can score the heck out of the ball. And she's got a whole slew of them. You look over at that bench, and really you got a lot of players right now, from Dana Evans to even Chelsea Dungy, who hasn't been able to really get a lot of minutes, to the players that are on the floor. They can score. But what you've got to learn is defense is going to be what wins you games, and absolutely the best defensive teams find themselves in finals.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You look at a Seattle team, you can talk about their offense all day, as we see Ty Harris find an opportunity to score. But teams in this league know that their defense is what puts them in consistent position every year to contend.
Second consecutive game, Ty Harris has been in double figures for the Wings. Griner backs in. Collier, they get a little help from Izzy. And we have a foul. I think it's going to be on Charlie Collier. That should be her third personal foul.
the number of fouls that Brittany Griner has drawn in this game. We don't have the luxury, due to some of the COVID protocols, to being able to get consistent stats throughout a game, but that is one that I'd love to be able to see.
That's a great point.
She just, again, it's not just the matter of it gets her 2 points from the free throw line, because she's a great free throw shooter, but it just keeps constant rotation having to happen for the Dallas Wings and their opponents, which prevents you from being able to find a flow.
I'll tell you how big Brittany Griner is here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Baylor fans in attendance are doing the Baylor claw while she's at the line, right in front of us. Okay,
I don't see it.
I'll do the...
I don't see it.
I'll do the horn frog thing for you, okay? Here's Mabry. On the drive, off the glass, can't get it. Harrison rebound. Collier from 13.
Those offensive rebounds could be opportunities for great three-point shots, too, because I don't know that you always want to go right back up against Brittany Griner. Kick it back out for good open threes.
Cunningham launches the three. Griner takes it away from Collier off the glass. Never brought the ball down.
Well, those are two offensive rebounds that Brittany Griner has been able to convert on Charlie Collier, and Charlie's got to buy into that box out on the backside.
Oh, Enrique drawing the contact, counted.
That's just another example of those drag screens. This one was more of a step-up screen where they emptied out the left side of the floor for Enrique, where she can head downhill and really get that opportunity to be able to snake through some seams into a finish.
And we talked about Skylar Diggins-Smith drawing the contact and all that, but boy, I tell you, Enrique does it as well as anybody. How about Enrique and Marina? The last home game versus Seattle, they were the first college duo turned pro duo to score 25 points each in the same game. Pretty impressive.
Well, anytime you're the first,
exactly,
you can add impressive as another adjective.
And the foul's going to be called. That'll be on Ty Harris. And Sophie Cunningham will go to the line in her third season. All-time point and free throw attempt leader at Missouri, was a third-team All-American.
You know, one of the things that you and I talked about was how the Phoenix Mercury had cut all of their 2020 draftees because they loved their 2019 class so much. And Sophie being one of them, Alana Smith, another one, Megan Walker, just some great talent that they were able to bring in. And they've stayed very loyal to this group and continuing to watch them and help them grow as professional players.
Only two teams don't have a rookie on their squad this year, and Sandy Brondello's squad is one of them, and Washington is the other. What a career Sandy Brondello has had. Her husband, Olaf, he's an assistant coach with the Chicago Sky, a member of the Australian Basketball Hall of Fame, and I was talking to her before the game, and she's just such a nice person when you talk to her.
Oh, she's great, and she's a woman that's also in this league, a mom in this business, which the challenge is there. I mean, we don't have enough time to probably talk about that. She also is coaching the Opals Australian national team, and you know, really the WNBA is filled with the Australian national team, from Beck Allen, Sammy Wickham, Liz Cambage, Alana Smith, Ezzy, Leilani, Stephanie Talbot. Like, it just keeps going on and on. And her impact in this league and in the game across the world has definitely been felt.
And one of our favorite, former wing Kayla George. Cunningham, no. Anique pulls up the hand, but Cunningham able to get it. And the lead is stretched to 8. Final 142. Phoenix will have it.
Chelsea Dungy getting an opportunity to get some minutes here, and she's had very little minutes in her rookie year so far. What I love about what Chelsea Dungy can do is score. Here's the challenge. Can you defend? Can you guard in this league? And I think her IQ off the ball as a defender I've seen be excellent. Her on-ball defense is something that I'm excited to watch.
Chelsea Dungy coming here from former Oklahoma Sooner. Benji coming from South Carolina. Or Arkansas, I should say. Now Marina Mabrey continues her assault on the rim.
I'm pretty sure in the SEC, those are fighting words right there that you just mistook South Carolina and Arkansas.
Oops. And the foul, fans don't like it. Look at it again, you make the call.
Well, again, downhill, Skylar Diggins-Smith, she knows how to draw fouls and get into body. Tough call there for Marina Mabrey, but here's what you got to do as that defender. You can't swipe down.
Right.
You got to swipe up. And we'll take another look at it here, and you see here she's going at her hands up high, and you've got to get it down low below her waist.
So Brittany Griner is going to take a little bit of a breather, and at the line it'll be Skylar Diggins-Smith. This will be her 8th and 9th free throw attempts. Dallas has taken 8 as a team. And the lead is at 7. Final 50 seconds upcoming. Mabrey backing down. Cutting to the hole, and Nigwe has it rejected by Bree Turner. That is her 3rd block of the ball game. KT fights for it. 35 seconds left. Phoenix has it.
Johnson talked to us at half about this was going to have to be a better rebounding half for the Wings in order to cut into this lead and finish with a win.
Turner takes it away from Nigwe. About a 7-second difference shot on the game clock. Skylar in and out. Shot clock turned off. Wings down by 7. The same amount they trailed by at the end of the first half. Harris, no. Cunningham will pull it down. 10 minutes left to play inside the College Park Center. Dallas within striking distance again. 4th quarter coming up.
Welcome back to the College Park Center. Coach Raymond, can you share with us a little bit of some of the keys heading into this 4th quarter that are going to be important for you all in order to get this win?
I think we just need to do a good job of keeping them out of the paint. We need to get it together with Griner down there when she gets the ball. We're trying to trap here and there, and we have to scramble out. So we just got to be ready for that, and we need to keep the Skylar, the point guard, out of the paint.
Talk a little bit about the challenges of rebounding and finishing on the offensive end with the length of players like Brittany Griner and Bree Turner.
Yeah, she's big, you know, down there, and she tends to change shots underneath. So we just have to be strong, and we have to protect the ball. You know, we have to get her on our side and protect on the finishes.
Welcome back. We're at the start of the 4th quarter along with TCU head women's basketball coach Reagan Peebley. I'm Ron Thune. One thing Dallas did do well in that 3rd quarter is they really did a good job keeping Phoenix from getting points in the paint. Mercury only had 4 points in the paint in that stanza. From the outside, Nurse, no.
A big key to Brittany Griner is you're not going to keep the ball out of her hands every possession, but can you decide where she's going to get the catch? Outside of the paint, further away from the basket. You got to get physical. You got to beat her to spots. You got to anticipate Phoenix's ball movement.
Harris long 3 into the hands of Griner. Shea Petty. Petty a couple of dribbles, loses it. Mabrey, she's got Dungy on the right. Wisely holds it up.
And Shea Petty has a pretty special story in that as a 30-year-old, she was a rookie. She was drafted out of college, had an opportunity with Washington, but did not make a training camp roster. And instead of pouting, instead of quitting on her dream, she just stayed at it. She stayed patient and gritted through overseas life. And then Tebow at Washington recognized the moment that he needed some depth in that point guard spot, gave her a chance, and she was ready to take advantage of it.
Played 9 games for Washington last year after signing initially a 7-day contract. Petty is going to foul Ty Harris.
Ty Harris continues to, I think, really grow in her minutes of play. You know, she's producing on both ends of the floor. And one of the challenges I think that Dallas has is, what are they going to do about this roster? Because they're going to get a couple of special players back, and they're going to have to make some cuts somewhere. And it's not an easy answer. I mean, I honestly, if I were in their shoes, I don't know what I would do, which makes it really easy to be where I stand and judge it.
Yeah, really.
But it's a tough one to call.
Ty Harris has done a nice job this year. A couple of games this season, she's had 7 assists. Cuts the lead down to 5. Dallas has never led in this game. Did cut it to 2. Could not get over the hump. Griner just battling Anigwe, and referee Amy Bonner whistles the foul.
Again, draws another foul inside that paint. Forces.
That is an interesting stat. How many fouls has she drawn tonight?
Well, at least probably 7 or 8 fouls, if not more.
Foul was on Anigwe. I tell you, Christy Anigwe is doing just about everything you possibly can against a great player like Brittany Griner.
You see how Brittany stays so active and working for positioning. She's not still. Her feet are always moving, and her timing on posting up is excellent.
And Wings will have an opportunity to cut into the lead. Harris, a lot of playing time tonight. Dungy, she's got deep range. Shot clock at 7. Mabry, tough pull-up shot, in and out.
You know, Brittany Griner, even though Phoenix has won a championship that she was an integral part of, she's never played in a championship deciding game. She missed that opportunity when Phoenix won that championship, as we see her get that finish. And again, that left shoulder is a strength of hers. But she missed that opportunity because she had a torn retina and was unable to play. And it's a bit of her motivation for continuing to work on her game and evolve, because she wants to win another championship and play in that game.
Well, Griner, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Kia Nurse drawing the contact for Marina Mabry.
Well, space. When a post player has space and angles to work with, and now you see that leverage that she was able to create with just that little shoulder dip, it increases your efficiency tremendously.
Izzy Harrison and Chelsea Dungy go out. Arike Ogunbowale comes back into the lineup, as is Kayla Thornton. Mariah Jefferson checks in. Ty Harris will take a little bit of a breather. Harris, one of 3 Wings in double figures tonight. Oh, Griner just rolled perfectly. Slam dunk, Brittany Griner.
That's her 13th live in-game dunk right here for her home fans. You see the Baylor fans getting a little excited about that one, but man, that's not exact evidence of the growth of this game in 25 years. I don't know what is.
You know, it's Skylar Diggins-Smith absolutely read that perfectly.
I think that was Skylar Diggins-Smith's first assist that led to a dunk.
I think it is.
You'd be pretty safe to say that.
And the lead is 7. Running the floor, Kayla Thornton bangs inside of Turner, gets the 2. Now the Wings keep scratching back. Nurse backdoor cut. Another great pass from Skylar Diggins-Smith, her 5th assist in the ball game.
You know, Kia Nurse was in a situation last year with Sabrina Ionescu going out with that ankle injury, where she was expected to step up and perform at a higher level than what was anticipated.
Let's go back to that dunk again.
Yeah, just this little pocket pass, you see an opportunity to not just give Brittany the ball, but Skylar had the whereabout to know, throw it up high to her, give her an opportunity, and Brittany took full advantage of it.
And the officials are going to replay that last sequence. The Brittany Griner, as you mentioned, 13th regular season dunk. I think she's got 15 total. I may be wrong. And they're going to look at that last play. I think Enrique was saying that the basket should have been called good. And we're going to have to take a look at that again. Now they're going to see if the shooter was in an active shooting when the foul was called.
You know, as we were heading into this review, and prior to Brittany dunking, as she so rudely interrupted me.
Yeah, how dare she?
Yeah, we were talking about, or I was talking about Kia Nurse and just her productivity that she's had and the willingness to step up as Diana Taurasi's out. And you see just her ability to rotate and extend and get a contest up right there is just, I think, part of her confidence and understanding the value of each possession in games.
Oh, you had a chance to look at that. Mariah Jefferson launched the shot, and you saw the foul just off to her left. And we look at it one more time. There's the foul right there. Oh, as well before she shot it. Foul would be on Cunningham. It's right there. Right to the right of your screen, right there.
Yeah, definitely happened before even the act of shooting took place. But I wish that could be like in football where you can decline the penalty.
Yeah, really, I'll take the basket.
And take the basket. The three is worth more than the foul on Cunningham to Dallas right now.
Well, you called it right, Coach. No basket, just the foul. And Wings fans don't like it. Just a foul, no basket. So the Wings will have it on the opposite side, right in front of their bench. Good crowd on hand tonight, and we are really close to an allotted sellout for Tuesday's game against LA. I'm not sure what the attendance is going to be. About 3,000, I think, tickets they can sell, and only a few tickets were remaining for that game. 7 o'clock again right here on Valley Sports Plus, or you can come down to the College Park Center, get a ticket. Enrique. Anigwe poked away. It'll be Dallas's basketball. 2 showing on the shot clock, and we've got a timeout with 5:48 to play in the ball game. Wings down by 7. Dallas Wings basketball is brought to you by Novatech, the Metroplex's managed IT and office technology experts. And by American Airlines, official airlines of the Dallas Wings. You are why we fly. Coach Reagan Peebley, I'm Ron Thulin. The lead is 7 in the Notre Dame connection of Marina Maybury and Enrique Ogunbowale. This is what they've done so far tonight. How about 33 points between the two of them? Exactly half of what Dallas has scored.
Well, yeah, that chemistry has turned into synergy. And the difference is how you produce. Chemistry can be a funny thing where you can have great chemistry, but it doesn't actually result into efficiency or wins. But right now, this is, you know, getting pretty dang close, especially with the Wings missing some key pieces to being something really, really special and a part of the Wings formula.
Marina Maybury, she's kind of mad at herself. She went down, had that left elbow hit hard. She was fouled on the play by Kia Nurse.
Well, you see so few baseline out of bounds possessions with the WNBA and the NBA that sometimes these possessions can turn into turnovers. You just don't work on them a whole lot. But right there, that's definitely not a turnover for the Dallas Wings and a very well-run play.
We've talked about her progression, her field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, points have increased each year. Her 2-point shooting percentage right now is at 63%. Just an incredible jump from her rookie year.
Yeah, and it's something that I think is not a flash in the pan, not just a streak. This is who she is. That opportunity that she got at Notre Dame to play at the point guard spot, I think, was a big key moment in her development as a player. We're seeing it pay off.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Well, also part of her development was in the Wubble last year. Told us last week, she said, you know, that showed me that I'm a lot tougher than I thought I really was.
I don't think there was anybody that was aware of her that wouldn't have described her as tough.
Exactly. Shot clock at 6. Turner on the drive. No. Poked out by Griner. It'll be Dallas's basketball. 5:26 to play. Only down by 5.
The poise that Coach Vicki Johnson always has on that sideline is going to pay off for this team. It's going to keep them feeling and staying confident in themselves because they don't see, oh no, as we see, this will be a tough one.
Yeah.
Because, again, we know how tough KT is. She twisted that ankle on a penetration opportunity that turned into a foul earlier in this game. But again, she just hops up after that really hard fall with Sophie Cunningham on her ankle.
Cunningham will commit the foul. Let's take a look at it again. Again, she had to tie up the shoes earlier because hurt the ankle.
You know I can't
Right
watch
there.
these.
No, you always turn your head off.
I can't.
5 years now.
I don't know how, if you've ever sprained your ankle really badly,
Oh, yeah.
you can watch these replays because it's just one of those things that takes you back. It's PTSD watching it.
I tell you, Kayla Thornton is tough. KT tonight, to go along with her 3 rebounds, has 8 points. Came in averaging a double-double, 12.5 points, 10.5 boards. She does so many little things for this team.
She's hit that century mark of games in a Wings uniform. And one of the things over the course of those 100 games that I've seen her do is not only evolve her game and grow as a leader, she is relentless in taking care of her body. And you can see why that would be a priority.
Coach VJ up, waving the arm. Schuyler on the drive. No. Foul's going to be called, and Kayla Thornton cannot believe it.
It was a late whistle called.
Yeah.
On top of that. So we see Schuyler heading downhill, and the foul was after the ball was released from her hands, which is part of why KT was so frustrated and feeling that the shot was over. But I think it was a good call by the baseline official. It impacted Schuyler's ability to get a clean shot off.
Schuyler now 8 of 9 from the stripe. She's got 15 points to go along with 5 boards and 5 assists so far this evening.
You know, and sometimes in those possessions, the difference between it being a foul and a no call is if the defender twists their body a little bit.
Right.
We saw in that possession, the defender just twist their body, and that shows the official that you weren't in your space. You're not maintaining your space. If you're staying square, fingertips to the sky, it's probably a no call.
Enrique gets a step on the defense. Counted Enrique. She's got 18.
There was the tiniest little space for her to get that shot off, but she found it.
Diggins Smith for 3. Buries it. Enrique put up the hand a little too late. Schuyler in her first game back to her old home court. Mabry tries to answer. No. Schuyler with a rebound.
Kind of surprised we don't see a Muffin McGraw in the stands for this game, as we see a Fighting Irish take the charge on right there.
Take a look at that foul, last play.
Again, just an opportunity to enforce some physical play defensively.
Right.
And if you're the aggressor, if you're the one that initiates the contact first, that's going to give you that advantage. Very much like boxers. She who throws the first punch wins the fight.
Dallas has done a better job defensively in the second half. Izzy Harrison for 2. Thornton thought she had the rebound and a whistle and a push underneath. And the foul is going to be on Kia Nurse. That'll be her 4th personal foul. And Kayla will go to the line where she is perfect so far tonight.
These opportunities to convert at the free throw line. Follow them up with a stop. Create some momentum here and see if you can close this game out with a run. It's not going to happen if you can't get these stops on the defensive end.
2 double-doubles already this season for Kayla Thornton. She had 2 all of last year. Skylar out front, Mabry on her. Stays with her. From the corner, Kia Vaughn.
It's good, quick ball movement. Nobody held onto the ball more than a second in that possession. Some good off-ball stagger screen action that they expose.
Well, Mabry from way downtown airballs it. And it'll be Phoenix's basketball with 3:07. Boy, Kia Vaughn is such a huge addition to this team. Again, she just got out of protocol May 26th. This is only her 2nd game back.
There's that stagger screen action where they can then get into some hand-back ball screen, attack that tunnel.
Griner, offensive rebound, and reverses it.
You know, some people will say and just not give Brittany Griner her flowers that she deserves, and that she's just long, she's just tall, she does it because she's taller than everybody else. No, she is incredibly skilled, and you watch her footwork, you watch her hands, her timing, and that's work, not just genetics.
Nurse for 3. Kia Nurse, an outstanding night. That's her 5th from beyond the arc. She's got 21 points in the ball game. Griner, for the 2nd game in a row, has 27 for Phoenix, and a timeout is going to be called. Arike Ogunbowale.
Yeah, we've come to see some special plays and definitely highlight reels out of Arike, and you can see there's the tiniest little seam here for her to have found to get that finish, but if anyone's going to find it, Arike will.
27 points for the 2nd consecutive game, along with 13 rebounds, but the highlight came with this. And Reagan, this was impressive. Brittany Griner, known for shot blocking, but how about this?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got any questions on how Brittany Griner spent her little siesta, her little break, this answers it right here. She says she is feeling as good as she's felt in a long time, and I think that dunk is evidence of that. And let me just say this. How many women have dunked at 30 years old?
Good point.
In a game?
Yeah.
How many women have dunked at 30 at all?
Exactly.
So, again, I think that's a new record that we need to account for. The oldest player to dunk in a WNBA game. Brittany, you own that spot.
Now, Dallas has gone cold the last 2 minutes. Cannot throw it in. And here is Griner again. She sees the double from Mabry. Skylar was just spotted up in the corner. And rolling around is Kia Vaughn.
Kia Vaughn does not miss.
No. She has been solid tonight. And again, not a whole lot of practice time. Dallas still can't score. Collier pulls it away. Ties up with Kia Nurse.
Do you think Kia Nurse had any idea as she walked away from that tie-up that she just sent Charlie Turner-Thorne about 5 feet back? I said Charlie Turner-Thorne. That's the coach at Arizona State.
Yeah, really.
Charlie Collier. Sorry about that.
A 9-0 run now by Phoenix. The Wings had pulled within 5. Collier, Nurse to jump it up.
We saw
Mabry catch and shoot. Can't get it. Sorry, Coach.
That's all right. We're just seeing growth right now out of Charlie Collier. We saw her in a home game situation last week against Seattle, not understand quite how that tip was going to work, and she just dominated that one.
Mabry over Skylar Diggins-Smith. Mabry with 22 in the ball game. 4th straight game of 20 points. Mabry pulls it away, final 55 seconds. Enrique. Try it again. Gets the bounce. And that's a 3. Now they're not going away.
3-point shots can be the great equalizers.
Sandy Brondello wants to talk about it, even though they are up 87-79 with 41 seconds left.
Sandy's been in this league and has coached in way too many games to mess around. She knows that when a team can get hot and score as quickly and explosively as Dallas can, with 41 seconds left, you need to talk about it.
Now, Sandy Brondello telling us yesterday that don't look at Dallas's record. They're good. Coming up on Tuesday, the Aguma case will be making an appearance. NECA Aguma should say LA on that, but you know the Aguma case play for LA. That'll get under 7 o'clock, underway at 7 o'clock, right here on Bally Sports Southwest Plus, and you can come down to the College Park Center. I'm looking forward to seeing Chennai and NECA Aguma. You lose the face of your franchise with Candace Parker. You lose an all-star, but somehow Derek Fisher, they played great defense in last night's game.
I think as important of a loss for LA as Candace Parker was the loss of Chelsea Gray.
Right.
Because that was really their point guard, their person, their floor general, their coach on the floor. And she did so much to make all of those superstars be superstars. But they're starting to figure some things out, and it'll be a great opportunity to see Dallas and how they respond with this game, knowing that their best performance so far was against LA.
They beat LA 94-71 on May 14th to open up the season. Kudos to Kia Nurse tonight for Phoenix. Season high 21 points, 5 3-pointers made, 1 off her career high. Vaughn, no place to go. Shot clock at 9. Diggins-Smith gets a step on Marina Mabry, takes it away, and then just puts a little elbow. And now Skylar Diggins-Smith and Marina Mabry getting into it. Wow. Boy, Skylar just took offense that Marina Mabry kind of got a little physical with her. Watch the whole thing again.
Well, I think there's a little Irish on Irish right here. Just been a little talking throughout the game. And as I told you before, Mabry is about as spicy as they come in this league. And I love her attitude and her confidence. And she's not willing to take it off of anybody. But she just met her match, because I've never seen Skylar do it either. You know, these are two women that were raised within an Irish program that I just believe so much in what Muffet McGraw talks about. And be confident, know who you are, and don't take it from anybody. Now, does she want them fighting in the middle of the game?
No, no. But Enrique in the huddle gave the stare down to Skylar Diggins-Smith and still keeps glancing over at her. And as soon as that started to happen, Enrique came charging down, because obviously she and Marina are best of friends.
Well, it was going to be like one of those moments where there was nobody around for about 30 feet to help either of them out. So it was going to be one-on-one, a different kind of one-on-one.
Yeah, the ref are taking a look at this. I'm not sure. She gets the rebound.
She gets the rebound, and she just takes that left hand, left elbow, and just kind of smacks it back a little bit to, I think, really try to assess how close she was before she threw that pass. But, you know, Skylar, again, You're not going to see Skylar take much off of anybody.
Well, somehow the Phoenix bench thinks it's pretty funny.
Well, we saw this in their Zoom interviews today, that this was a group that, you know, even though their record, they're 2-3 heading into this game, you don't see any issues at all with their chemistry.
No.
They seem to really enjoy each other. You saw Kia Nurse in the interview with those teammates coming in and clowning around with her. And you could just see the confidence she had in that interview coming into this game, and clearly it's turned into some points for her tonight.
I kind of felt sorry for Kia Nurse. They were really busting her chops during that Zoom call. Now, do you just give a double technical on this?
Well,
or is that the easy way out?
I think the officials don't ever want to take an easy way out. They want to just do it the right way. And yeah, I mean, maybe it does deserve a double technical. Sometimes it's a no call nothing if Mabry doesn't push at the end right there.
Exactly.
It's just, you know, two people talking. But because she gave the push right here, she's definitely going to get one.
Well, now they're looking at the clock to see how much time they're going to have to add on. Good job, though, by the officiating crew, especially Angelica Suffren, because she saw it happen. You can see her sprinting right to those two players.
These refs are putting some miles on, and we're not just talking about sky miles. We're talking about miles on the floor, because a lot of these officials, I saw two of them within the last 2 nights doing a game in a whole other city. And I appreciate, you know, the work that the players are doing with all the COVID protocols to make these games happen, but these officials deserve that credit as well.
Well, Phoenix is quite loose on the far side of the court. They were dancing, all in unison.
I kind of don't think Skylar's going to get a technical out of this whole situation. I don't think you can always just give a technical for what you say, player to player.
Well, still waiting to find out. Amy Bonner talking it over with her fellow officials. And this is going to be an interesting call. With 22.2 left to play in the ball game, Wings only with 2 20-second timeouts left. Phoenix has a full and a 20. Wings do have a foul to give. And they're writing it down, so they must have made a decision.
What everyone can't see is all of the extracurricular things going on in this arena right now that have nothing to do with the technical. The two teams are dancing, coming up with their own TikToks. We see absolutely the crowd getting into it. We're trying to make the most of this last 22.2 seconds.
Yeah, they're dragging this one out. Now they're talking to the coaches and talking to the public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the basket will count. A foul charge to number 1, Kia Vaughn for Phoenix. Arike Ogunbowale will be at the line to complete the three-point play. A double technical foul has been assessed on each team.
So what they decided is there was a made basket that will count with a foul on Kia Vaughn.
Right.
So now Arike is going to go to the free throw line for one. They called the double technical, which I believe goes to point of possession.
Right. And Mabry and Skylar Diggins are still skunk-eyeing each other. And a timeout's going to be called by Phoenix, still with 22 left, but it's a 5-point advantage. And now the Phoenix coaching staff wants a little further explanation on that call. I think they're probably saying, why did the basket count? But the whistle really didn't blow when those two players were going at each other.
Well, and the officials did a great job with all the dynamics going on in that play. Again, the timing of when the foul occurred and the made basket and what was going on with Skylar and Mabry in that moment. The clock and making sure the clock was at the right space. Now another situation that I think could be going on right now is there was a timeout called by Phoenix.
Right.
But the ball was inbound already when that
Good
call.
point.
So the ball is being placed in the back court right now as opposed to being able to get advanced.
Now they're saying, let's break the huddle, ladies. Let's get this show going on the road. Your Dallas Wings take to the road for the next 2 games next week, so be sure to tune in. They'll be at Seattle on Friday at 9 p.m. Dallas time. That'll be on Prime Video. Then the Wings head to Phoenix on June the 9th at 9 o'clock on Valley Sports Southwest and CBS Sports Network. But we still have Tuesday's game against Los Angeles here. Here we go. Dallas needs a stop and a miracle. Ty Harris having a foul. Skylar Diggins-Smith. She's already been to the line 10 times in the ball game.
Just over a second came off the clock for Dallas, which is exactly what they need to have happen.
Well, they did have a foul to give. And Kayla Thornton just picks up the quick foul. That's only her second. And that'll send Kia Vaughn to the line. Her first free throws of 2021. So you're saying there's a chance?
The most famous line.
Exactly. Actually, that was before I went to the prom. So you say there's a chance. They stole it from me. Misses them both. Wings have to hurry.
Especially after not utilizing a timeout in that situation.
Mabry being hounded. Nurse right in her face, and she'll shoot 3 free throws.
So Mabry with an opportunity here to turn this into a 1-possession game with time on the clock. Dallas still having 2 timeouts, which matches Phoenix's 2 timeouts that I'm sure they will utilize.
Mabry 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Make it 3 of 3 and 10 for 10 this season.
Notice I'm staying quiet because I'm not going to be a part of any jinxing a player at the free throw line in moments like these.
Misses the second. Griner pulls down the rebound. Timeout, Phoenix. Lead cut down to 3.
We saw in the last opportunity for Phoenix on that sideline out of bounds play, they ran a stagger play where Kia curled, which drew enough of a defender that opened up Skylar, who is, as we know, a great free throw shooter. The second time, they ran the same play, but almost as a decoy to get Kia Vaughn the play, who did not convert from the free throw line. So I'm sure Dallas will do everything they can to make sure that ball, or I'm sorry, Phoenix will do everything they can to make sure that ball gets into Skylar Diggins-Smith's hands.
Now the Wings will have Marina Mabry, Anigwe, Enrique, Ty Harris.
So here's this same play that we're going to see, and most likely you'll see Nurse come off of this screen, this triple screen or stagger screen being set. But again, an opportunity to create some decoy to get Skylar Diggins-Smith the ball.
And they did, and she is fouled. And Skylar will go to the line to shoot free throws.
At the line for Phoenix, number 4, Skylar Diggins-Smith.
That made free throws. It's going to make it a lot tougher because it absolutely turns it into a 2-possession game with 8.4 seconds.
Skylar now with 20. 20 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds for the former Dallas Wing. Final 6 seconds. Harris on the drive, and a foul's going to be called And that'll be on Megan Walker.
Well, I love this game because there's just so many ways to do it. A lot of coaches in that situation would have taken the timeout. And we just saw 2 possessions in a row where Dallas opted not to take the timeout, and it worked for them in their favor both times, and being able to get to the free throw line.
Ty Harris again. Doesn't get it. Ball tipped by Griner. Saved by Griner. Out to Enrique at the buzzer, and it won't go. So the Dallas Wings scratched and clawed. They got close, but they come up on the short end of the stick, 89-85. Now they got to regroup, get ready for LA on Tuesday.
But it's a team they've beaten and a team that they've played extremely well against. And I think it's an opportunity for this young team to regroup and come together and speak about really forward-focused, future-focused, and find that groove and mojo.
Enrique Ogunbowale with 24, Marina Mabry with 24, 27 for Griner, 21 for Nurse, 21 for Diggins Smith. But the final, 89-85. Next telecast on Bally Sports Southwest Plus, 7 p.m. Tuesday night as the Wings play host to the LA Sparks. So for Reagan Peebley and our entire crew in Arlington, I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks for watching, and you have been watching Dallas Wings basketball.